Hi there, this is Cyril. In today's video we will review the last Rick Beato's quick lesson again. So let's listen to him first.
Quick lesson, it's cool to use what I call chromatic side stepping. So I'll play up an arpeggio, then I'll go to the arpeggio a half step below or above, then I'll return to the original one. It's cool on lines. So see, you got A minor.
He explains what he calls chromatic side stepping, and it starts with A minor. So let's have a look again at the diagram. Again, we will go through that, and I will provide a little exercise at the end just to play with this concept. So the idea is first to find the chords he plays at the beginning. He plays the A minor, what he calls an A minor. So it's not exactly an A minor like we know, like this one or this one. It's a bit more complex. The shape he uses is this one. So with the open A string, and then we have open A string right there. This is the A minor scale, right? So I have checked the A minor 7 box, so A, G and C, and then the D, this one, and then the E string. So it's a bit more complex than a regular A minor chord. It sounds a bit more open, so it's, I would say, more ready for those jazzy things Rick plays with. And so what he calls the chromatic side stepping when he plays an arpeggio, actually Rick doesn't play the strict arpeggio of A minor. If he would have used only the A minor, so only the triad, the A minor chord regular is this one, A, C, E. So when you play an arpeggio of those chords, you have to play only those notes, right? A, E, C, right there. But of course, what you hear when Rick Beato plays is many more notes. Actually, he plays notes from the A minor scale. So that's why I used here the option of the 7th chord. Again, I will put the link of this interactive fretboard in the description. So let's use the A minor 7 shape, the regular one with the bar. And so what Rick Beato explains, this chromatic side stepping is just moving the shape with a half step. So a half step on the guitar is just moving by a fret. So for example, you go sharp or you go flat from the original position of A minor 7, right? But of course, he does that while going through the notes of the scales. That way you have this sound, this jazzy lick sound, basically. That sounds really cool. If you look at the piano, it's very interesting too, because the A minor chord is right there. So here, this is the regular triad. And so if you move everything by a half step, so you just take the next key to it, going from white to black usually. So that goes. Okay, and actually I think this is how he does this background sound with the guitar, you know, when he plays like this. We have the guitar sound, and we also have this. You see? So that's a big advantage of the guitar, because when you want to move a series of notes, a scale or a chord, a half step or a full step, you just have to move the shape on the fretboard, you know, again. Half step up, sharp, or half step down. Okay? It's a bit more difficult on the piano because you have some keys that goes from white to black and so on. Okay, so let's give it a try. So let's go from the A minor 7, this one, the bar chord. So you have the 5th fret here, you put your index finger here as a bar, and then you add here your ring finger to get the E note here. And then you have the A minor 7 with the note A, E, G, C, right? A, C, E, G, right there. And if you look carefully, you can recognize here a minor pentatonic shape. We almost have all the notes. We have 4 notes here. Of course, in the pentatonic minor scale, we have 5 notes. And here you see this shape: A, C, D, E, and G. Okay, so we can use this pentatonic shape. And so we can move the entire shape 1 fret up, like so this chromatic side stepping while improvising. So for example, we can start with a pedal note, just the open A note. So I'm still on the pentatonic minor, and then I move 1 fret up. Then I come back to the regular shape, okay? So we can play with the A minor 7 arpeggio, which is found here, for example. So we have to retrieve all the A, C, E, G note over the fretboard, so any position there. One which is quite convenient to remember is this one, because you have this diagram here, A, C, E, G, so starting from the 12th fret, right? And then you have the same diagram that repeats after that, so A, C, E, G. I missed the fretboard here, but you know. Going with arpeggios is interesting if you're playing within a chord progression, when you will change from one chord to another. Of course, when you will be on a certain chord, for example, let's say in your progression there is this A minor 7 chord, then you can use this trick during this chord to have this specific effect at the right moment, okay? But more generally, you can also play with the A minor scale or with the minor scale and have this side stepping, chromatic side stepping. So, for example, so in order to practice that, here's a little exercise. We can build a loop based on the A note and the 5th. That way we have a nice background so that we can play over and use that trick. Okay, let's build the loop based on the A note, some harmonics. To get the octaves, we can add, of course, the E note, which is the 5th, so it allows having just the root and the 5th, we have a lot of freedom to play many notes. So of course this chromatic side stepping trick will not sound weird, it will just add some color, a lot of color of course. So let's build this loop. Let's overdub a bit. So I like also to put the loop in reverse. And maybe we can also slow it down. That way we have a fuzzy background, a bit lower, so it's almost like a bass actually. And then we're free, we can hear the guitar. Also I recommend to change the pickup selections if you don't have all those options on your looper, just to make sure that your sound is different from the loop, so that it sounds nicer to practice. And so now we can play with the A minor pentatonic. And so we can try to apply this chromatic side stepping. Okay? So that's the basic thing to do. We can also find some notes that permits to go from the original scale to the sharp scale. So if we look at the diagram, we see that there are notes that are just half step from the pentatonic shape. You see, for example, the F is just a half step away from the E. It's also here, it's also here. So this is perfect note to play, to go from the original scale to the half step higher scale. Right? So if I just stay on the pentatonic, okay, F is a note that permits to go, I would say, in a more smooth manner. Instead, the worst thing to do, in my opinion, but it sounds cool too, is basically to take the root and go directly half step. That's really harsh, in my opinion. It's a bit smoother to go through a note that belongs to both scales. So I think you get the idea. So it's a very cool exercise, I believe, and a very cool trick to apply in our solos. Of course, I don't think we can do this on any chord progression, any types of song, but it's a good thing to experiment, I believe so. Okay, remember, if you have any questions, just ask them in the comment, any suggestion too. And to support the channel, remember to subscribe and to share and to give a little like. That'd be cool. And I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye, have fun practicing.